Hey guys, it's Mike the Wrestling God Smith. The reason I'm doing this video today is for the NXT Takeover War Games pay per view. I do want to get into that. Like I said, I do get some concerns. A lot of stuff I do because you know what. And this is just something I have a concern about because like I said with NXT really because like I said, the aesthetic the War Games thing was cool. The women's War Game pretty much team LeRae won basically. It was like a lot of back and forth. Like I like the Rhea Ripley thing because it was basically to start off so what happened was to start off the matchup was it was literally Ember Moon and Dakota Kai. So Ember Moon goes like with a lot of knee strikes toward her surgical repair knee. They did a lot of submissions, a lot of back and throwing each other into the cage, and then I think around maybe like like the second person came in that was Raquel Gonzalez, so it was a 1-on-2 situation because Raquel Gonzalez was just straight up beating her. Like she was doing she was actually trying to do a power bomb, and I think Ember Moon reversed it. Ember Moon was taking out chairs and did an eclipse off the top rope into two chairs onto I think onto Dakota Kai. That happened. And then pretty much Raquel was just beating the crap out of Ember, like throwing her down, doing a power bomb, doing power slams, big boots, elbows, like just throwing hands. And then third part, pretty much the third person that came in, it was for I think the second person that came in for Shotzi's side was Rhea. So Rhea and Raquel are going at it, and Dakota Kai is basically getting involved. Dakota Kai takes a big slap in the chest. She gets knocked out, and then pretty much Rhea's basically going back and forth with Raquel Gonzalez. How she's basically saying I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this, and she's smiling about it. And it's basically two of the biggest women, two of the tallest women in NXT, and they're just basically destroying each other. Like basically, Rhea basically does like a power bomb combination on the metal side of the two rings. Does it on that. Basically goes against the glass. Does it on that. Basically, they're basically throwing each other. Literally just throwing each other against the cage, and then third person comes out. Shotzi comes out. Shotzi just goes nuts, and she just goes crazy. She's just going through everybody, and then Shotzi's getting triple team, like she's getting double teamed by Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, and then after that we have Tony Storm come in. Tony Storm is literally just like beating the crap out of her, and it's like it's funny, like everybody like her new I guess her new heel run is like they're just really booing her, and it was like the crowd was booing them the whole entire time. Like they almost got booed out of the building. And the thing is, it's like Tony Storm trying to do Storm. She did Storm Jill on Rhea. Couldn't get a basically couldn't get a pin yet because it wasn't everybody in. Then basically the third person who comes out is Io Shirai. Io Shirai comes in, and the craziest thing like the thing is Io Shirai comes in, and then Indy Black. What is it? Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell comes out and just demolishes Io for about a second. They're trying to lock the door so Io can't come in. And then pretty much it's just Candice Ray waiting out, like pretty much waiting to come in. So the timer's going off. It's like 30 seconds left. The timer's going off, then it comes to Dan, we go back, come back to it. Come back to Io trying to climb the cage. She gets knocked off the cage by Tony Storm with the kendo sticks. The kendo pretty much they're closing the cage. So Indy Hartwell takes the key, takes a chain, wraps it around the lock, around the cage door, and takes the key and put it in her shirt. And I love her Beb's expression. Like, did she just put it in her shirt? Like, that was hilarious to me. And I don't know what Indy Hartwell is doing. I don't know what she's thinking of doing. I think she's doing a fantastic job as a heel, but she just like for whatever reason. And then the thing was like we basically have like two returns next week because I think I'm not gonna get to that, but basically the women's War Games match was pretty cool. I liked it. It was just like EO to do what she did was crazy. Like she literally, because the thing is, we don't even know where she's at. Like she's on top of the cell, on top of the cage, on top of the war game cell, and she puts the metal trash can on her and drops over everybody. This is when Candice LeRae comes out, and the coolest thing that she did, right? So she's still stuck in the trash can. Raquel Gonzalez does a power slam that doesn't break the can. Dakota Kai does a double stomp. She does a double stomp and she literally does a double stomp and breaks the trash can on her, like smashes the trash can. So basically, Candice LeRae is just going nuts and just beating everybody. And I think the person who won the match it was Raquel Gonzalez. Really, Raquel Gonzalez against them. Like she basically power bombed everyone to get the pin. So basically, they're just going nuts. They're just pulling out all their moves. Like Rhea Ripley does a Riptide to Tony Storm. Storm does Storm Zero. Um, Dakota Kai does the running knee strike to Shotzi. Shotzi does her move, and then EO does her moonsault. But the thing about EO is like Raquel Gonzalez basically gets EO and just one arm like she takes the ladder out. She's on top of the ladder. They're fighting. They do a superplex off the ladder. She gets back on it, does a moonsault, gets a 2 count. Raquel Gonzalez does a one arm. I guess you could say like a one arm choke slam, and just throw like the ladder is put between the ropes and just throws her into the ladder and just breaks the ladder in half and gets the 3. So basically, Raquel Gonzalez is like the MVP of that match, and then we go to the triple threat for the North American title. So it's Damian Priest against Johnny Gargano against Leon Ruff. And I gotta say for Leon Ruff, it's like he's really trying, and I'm not mad that they didn't screw him because it was a fantastic match. It was a back and forth match. Because the thing is, like Johnny Gargano was being like when they started the match, Johnny Gargano goes with a couple of forearm shots. He tries to do a super kick right off the bat. Leon Ruff ducks it. Damian Priest does a discus lariat kick, gets a 1 count. So they're basically going crazy. Leon Ruff is trying to get involved in the fight between Johnny and Damian and Priest. Priest is really like stay out of my way, just go in the back, go home, stay out of my way. Whatever you have to do, I don't care. And he's like literally like he's like nah man, I want to fight. I'll fight both of you. And the thing is like they're going back and forth. They're literally just beating the crap out of each other around the ring. And the sickest thing was like the sickest thing is that sorry guys. The sickest thing is that Damian Priest does a like I said, Damian Priest does a sick like he does the sickest thing that I've never seen him do. Even with the new like I guess you could say the new plexiglass thingamajigs. Like he basically does a razor's edge to Leon Ruff and throws him into it to the point where it actually like breaks one of them. And he threw him into it like a sack of potatoes. So basically the refs are checking on Leon Ruff to see if he's even conscious. Like 5 or 6 refs are over there. They're taking him out. So it's literally just Johnny and Damian Priest. They're back in the ring. Johnny's doing the like I guess you could say the running spear. Tries to do one final beat, gets a 2 count. Damian Priest does the discus lariat into the reckoning, gets a 2 count. So they're basically throwing all their best shots at each other. Does a razor's edge, gets a 2 count. And then out of nowhere, like at the last half of the match, Leon Ruff is literally like he just comes out of nowhere and just comes back and runs in the match and just flies in. So Leon Ruff is doing super kicks. They're doing suicide dives to take down Damian Priest. They're doing double, I guess you could say a double suplex. That doesn't work. Basically, Leon Ruff gets suckered in by Johnny and he super kicks him. He gets a 2 count. And then he just one. And then what the thing is, he tries to do one final beat, gets a 2 count. Leon Ruff gets on the top rope, does a frog splash, misses the frog splash, and then what happens is Johnny Gargano did the one final, tries to do the Gargano escape. Leon Ruff counters it into, I think it's like an arm bar. He counters it into. Johnny gets the rope break. pretty much after that, Damian Priest tried to do a double reckoning on Johnny and Leon Ruff. He gets a 2 count on both men, and then Johnny Gargano does basically. Leon Ruff tries to do one more move. I think he was trying to do another frog splash, and then Johnny caught him. Um, he stopped him near the rope and did a one final beat off the second rope. He got the 3 count, and he's the new North American champion. So that was a good match. I gotta say Leon Ruff put his heart out there because he did try. He actually did try to take on both dudes, and it wasn't such a bad title reign for him. I just think they should have elevated him. I think they should have just let him get a number one contender spot because I feel like Johnny did that anyway because he wanted to up him a little bit because he is a new guy and he's really a fresh dude. He can do it. Like he can go. And like I said, it was really good with them. They were doing everything. They were pulling out all the stops on each other to win the belt. Then we get a video package with Finn Balor saying, "Enjoy your war, enjoy the teams, enjoy the oh, I forgot camaraderie. But next week we're focusing on the Prince, meaning that Finn is like, and you know what's funny? Like I can see in his jaw, like he's talking, but he can't move the right side of his jaw, and it's like he's become, I guess you could say a little like, I guess you could say a more disgruntled guy. He's become a more disgruntled person. I think he's literally just trying to get a chance to be something. I really think he's really elevating himself. And then the next match we had was Cameron Grimes against Dexter Lumis in a strap match. That was pretty. Yeah, I'm just. In the phone? No, I was doing a video, but. Oh, we'll do the video then. No, like I said, the next match we had was Cameron Grimes against Dexter Lumis. That match was pretty good. It was a lot of back and forth with Cameron Grimes with the strap. He did a cave in on him like the first chance he got, like when the match didn't even start, and then Dexter Lumis just looks at the ref, like 1,000 yard stares the guy, doesn't say anything, puts the strap on his arm on his hand, and they start the match. So they're going back and forth, whipping each other with the strap, pulling each other down, um, putting each other like basically and then we do get a table spot, like we do get Cameron Grimes like hitting the table with his head, a lot of like basically basic moves, like a lot of rest holds, and then the thing is like uh Dexter Lumis is basically trying almost getting blinded by Cameron Grimes because he tries to use the burlap sack thing and blind him, and he hits him, and he takes the strap and he's just beating the crap out of him with the strap, and then that's how that's happening, and that's happening, that's happening. So basically, it was crazy because like pretty much Cameron Grimes tried everything, tried to do another cave in. Dexter Lumis just kicks out. He just kicks out at like a second. He gets up, he does his special and just chokes him out with the strap, and he's just knocked out. So that match was fine. Like I said, it's fine because I do like Dexter Lumis. I like the rivalry that they had, what he's having with Cameron Grimes. I just don't really see that much for Cameron Grimes going forward because he he's kind of just, I think he's just a dude who really wants to become NXT champion or NXT North American champion, and I feel like he had his run, and I feel like he's gonna be a great dude on maybe on Raw if they decide to draft him. I mean, call him up there because he could work. I mean, he could work with Elias. I mean, that would be like a fantastic tag team because I feel like he's not really he's like a delusional guy. Like he's trying so hard, and it's like it's not laughable, but like I like the fact that Dexter Lumis is a Terminator. He doesn't really say anything. He's like, if they ever drafted him, he has a presence, so people would love Dexter Lumis. And it's like I've seen the guy before. I've seen him in Samuel Shaw on TNA. I've seen his work, so pretty much I know what he can do. That was fine. Like I said, the next match we had and this was the men's war games, the undisputed era against team McAfee. It wasn't bad. Here's the thing: the match was great. I just think it went on way too long because originally it was only supposed to be like a 30 minute to like a 20-minute match. And the thing is, like, okay, Pete Dunne and Kyle tore the house down because all the submission moves they were doing to each other. And Pete Dunne just a bruiser weight. Like, he is just a bruiser through and through. That's not gonna change. It's just that here's the thing. I didn't mind Pat McAfee bringing out the tables with their symbol with the Undisputed Era's logo, and it wasn't like we didn't know this was going to happen. But the thing with with Pat McAfee, he thought he was just going to walk in and he was going to win, even with Danny Burch. And the thing is, Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan pretty much got creamed. Pretty much when Bobby Fish came in and Roger came in because they were just cleaning house. They were doing high lows. Basically, Bobby did a spear through one of the tables, and then basically Strong goes through a table, but Pat McAfee does a moonsault off the ropes and hits it and breaks it, puts him through a table. And the thing is, Adam Cole comes in. Adam Cole is like doing super kicks to everybody, cleaning house. Basically puts Pat McAfee through a table, power bombs him through a table. He Danny Burch and Oney Lurkin go through a table, through Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong doing their high low combination, where he kicks him on the he kicks him. He does like a spin. They basically do the sweep into a running knee into like a blockbuster. So they go through a table. So they're done. So it's really literally just Pete Dunne, Adam Cole, and Pat. Cause he's back up. He's safe. They're just like he's literally like he's like you want to be a superstar, huh? You want to be a superstar, huh? Like now is your chance. And the thing is like Kyle is suckering him in, and then we don't even know that. Like I thought he was gonna basically just tap him, just make him tap out or something. No, he puts a heel hook on him, and it's just lunging on his leg, and then Pat McAfee tries to do a figure four, and he does it fantastically. But he's just like he's really messing with Ric Flair. Like he's just doing the woo. Everybody's bullying the guy because he thinks he's so much better than everybody. And the thing is, like, he's like big brain. And the thing is, like, through that entire match, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, through that entire match, it was great. The Undisputed Era won. It was great that we got to see Johnny Gargano, and I was gonna say that he won, and then the guy, basically the dudes, and I'm gonna also, before I continue with the men's war games, I forgot this little tidbit. Basically, the Grim Reapers have like 8 Grim Reapers, and the tallest one of them all is basically, so Johnny Gargano takes off the mask, and it's Austin Theory. So pretty much he's pretty much back on NXT. So when they sent him to main roster to see what he could do on main roster, that dude went straight. I guess Triple H was like, "No, you're going right back to NXT. You're not ready to go. You're not ready. Like you're bad." And here's the thing, like with the men's war game match was great. It was fantastic because Undisputed Era always tears the house down. I love the table spots that we had. I love the Panama Sunrise that we had. It's just that here's the thing. It went on way too long. Because here's the thing, even if Pat McAfee gets beaten, he'll come back. They're gonna start this robbery with the Undisputed Era was fun. It just was stupid because it was literally Pat McAfee just had a hodgepodge of dudes where some of them are doing great, some of them needed a push, which I love the Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch heel thing. But if they're gonna be a faction, if they were gonna be a faction by money, shouldn't it be the brand? Like, don't. This is the thing. Pat McAfee is fine. I don't mind Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan. I don't mind Pete Dunne. It's just that he doesn't like this dude is literally hanging by a thread, and he should be at the main roster by now, getting main roster titles because, like, I just feel like he could be he could be a WWE champion because I feel like he could be. And this is the thing. It was just way too long, guys. Like I said, it was like War Games in itself was fantastic. Um, I can't wait for next week for NXT. I am going to do a review for that. But anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.